Alright, hello everybody, and welcome to our first test match with Red Deck Bombardment. I think is what I called it. I'm gonna keep this hand. This hand's not great, but it's certainly not terrible. We have a turn 1 Found to Shoot Denizen. I'm not gonna bother playing the Ornithopter, unless I draw a whatchamacallit thing I can't remember the name of. Cold Out the Rebirth. Oh, there you go. Just because I didn't want my opponent to really know what I'm on. So I'm going to play the Ornithopter, and I'm going to play the Mog Raider this turn as well. So we'll go ahead and play Mog Raider. And we will play this, sack the Ornithopter, and attack for 5. Holy crap. So opponent played a Thornwood Falls. I'm not exactly sure what that entails to. And a forest. Okay. Some type of elf deck with Thornwood Falls. A swamp. Okay, so it's some kind of bug control deck. Another mountain's not great, but I think it gives me the opportunity to use Panic Spellbomb to get in for 5. I'll make this dude not block and hold up Lightning Bolt for my opponent's next turn. And I also get to draw a card. Another mountain's not good either. Drawing 4 mountains in the first few turns, as many of you Red Deck wins or Goblin players will know, is not great. It's not a great feeling. But hopefully that's all the lands we're going to draw. Hopefully we just draw spells from here on out for a little while. The good thing is, if I draw Cold Out the Rebirth, I have an artifact in play. Oh, it's this deck. The land destruction deck. Well, okay. I don't know too much about this. So I can suck this to... Yeah, I think I want to just blow this up. I think I want to pop that so I don't have a... a way to... whatchamacallit? To block. And then I sack the Goblin because I want to be able to draw more creatures or a Bushwhacker. There you go. There you go. Get in for 10, put my opponent to 1. So my opponent's going to go to 1 here. Can I have 1 if I didn't bolt that thing? No. Never mind. Well, maybe. Because it would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I would have actually won if I didn't. So I probably should have anticipated that. Oh, Raven Bombardment too. Raven Bombardment's also a great way to get around fog as well. Which is something that I totally forgot about to tell you guys. Because your creatures don't actually have to get in, they just have to turn sideways. I'll be right back. Okay, so at the very least, the list that I have for this deck does not play any fog effects. So the only thing... And they don't play Nausea as well. So I think really the only thing to bring in is Pyroblast. As far as what to take out... to be honest, there isn't really much here. I mean, the burn spells are not great. Like, the problem is they play Penumbra Spider. So, Reckless Abandon in theory could be good. But I think Goblin Warstrike is probably good as well. I think I wanted to take out spells than creatures. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to 1 Goblin Warstrike. I'm going to go down to 1... I'm going to take out the Reckless Abandon. And I think I can take out a Raid Bombardment. I don't think I need to draw 4. No. The problem with Raid Bombardment is that it's really good against this deck. I could just take out the Lightning Bolt since it's not really going to kill much anyway. And I guess if I'm taking out the burn, Reckless Abandon or Goblin Warstrike is just better. Yeah, I'm just going to leave in both Goblin Warstrikes. and we'll submit like that and see how it goes. It's very tricky to sideboard against a matchup like this because you're not exactly sure what angle they're going to be attacking from just because of the way that their deck is actually designed. So, alright, this hand's great. Because now we get to have a turn 1 Goblin Slayer or Mog Raider into turn 2 War Marshal or whatever. And then if we get to play 3 lands, we actually get to use Raven Bombardment. Ooh, hello. Alright. We're going to play Mog Raider first because if that's going to get Hydro Blasted, which they do play Hydro Blast, I'd rather get that one Hydro Blasted. I like Goblin Slayer a tiny bit better. He looks funnier. I mean, look at that guy. He's riding his own friend. That is a true friend right there, guys. That's a true friend. If you want to show your best friend that they are your best friend, what you need to do is let them ride you like a sled. That's what you need to do. Of course, the question is here now is, do I play Dragon Fodder or do I play Goblin Mog War Marshal? And I think I'm going to play Mog War Marshal, just because I think it's a better creature. Okay. Now, of course, a deck like this can also be a bad matchup for this deck because land destruction is always a thing. So, I'm going to go ahead and get a token. Now, theoretically, you would think that land destruction isn't great against goblins, but land destruction historically is actually really not bad against goblins because you don't have much lands to work with anyway. Alright, since I'm not actually going to pay the Echo, I might as well do this now to get in the 2 damage since my opponent did not block. I could wait and see what's going to go on and do it next turn on my upkeep, but then my opponent might block and I miss out an extra point of damage for what is literally no reason. And the guy's Kurt Tribalder. Okay. They do play Thermokarst and that Acid Boss thing. Alright. Really need a 3rd land here. I guess we could play another Mog War Marshal. And we can attack with everything here. Except, well, no, I guess we shouldn't attack with the Mog Raider, because if they double block, I'd rather not trade my Mog Raider. So we'll just get in there for 2, and then whatever, we'll save one of our dudes. Doesn't really matter which one, to be honest. Then we'll go ahead and F6. And let that Oracle trade. There's no point in saving the tapped token when you're going to have the same amount of creatures anyway, so you might as well just leave the untapped tokens. Food for thought, just food for thought. Alright, it's Kurt Tribalder, cool. And a tap land, yep. A Simic Growth Chamber. Okay. Land me, baby. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Raid Bombardment number 1. Resolve, please. 1 time. Come on. Yeah, there you go. Welcome to Magical Christmas Land. I meant to auto-yield to that. So, if my opponent blocks here, I have to assume they're not going to sack the Scar Traveler because they already have tons of mana. So, I'm just going to... No, wait. Crap. There we go. I'm just going to... What is going on here? Thank you. God damn it, Magic Online. You laggy piece of crap. I'm just going to save the Mog. And I get in 1 less point of damage this way. But I think that's worth it in the end. Now, they could have whatever that big creature is, the 3/3 that destroys non-creature permanents. But if they do play that, I'm just going to try to go wide. Okay. Thornwood Falls. That's cool. Mold Shambler, I think is what it's called. Right? From like Planner Cast or something. Mole Drifter. I am perfectly fine with that. Hello. Hello, Goblin Bushwhacker. How are you doing, friend? Well, let's see. I think it's my best option to just lay a bunch of tokens. And this. And I think... Yeah, I think I want to attack for 3. And then, I'll sack one of these untapped tokens to 2 for 1 myself and trade here, and then get in for 2. Because with Goblin Bushwhacker or the second Rain Bombardment, I should be able to win next turn, but I'm not sure. Hopefully they just like tap out for another Mole Drifter and then have nothing in their hand. So they go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then they place a card Tribe Elder. I go second Rain Bombardment and laugh. So Fog is not going to get it done because of Raid Bombardment. So that's good. And I highly doubt they brought in Nature's Claim. Oh, that's annoying. A Great Furnace, an Ornithopter, even Panic Spellbomb would be a great draw as well for the Cold Oath of Rebirth. Well, they're going to land. Congratulations. Excuse me. Excuse me. Holy mother God. And they said go. Interesting. Oh, well, Denizen's also a great draw. So we'll play the Denizen, and we'll attempt to play the Bushwhacker, which works. Okay. Auto yield, auto yield. And attack for a ton. Okay, so they're going to go to 9. And then block here, I assume? No, block here. Okay. 1, 2... Well, I win just based on this damage, so I'm not going to actually try to do anything. And it's that easy. I was actually looking at the deck. Give me a second. Yeah, so I was actually looking at the deck. Because I had to... I had to refresh my mind on what it is. I actually have the deck that I'll be bringing to you guys in due time. I just don't have all of the cards for it yet. So for most of you who might be wondering right now why I have 2s next to the name, what happened was one day I tried to load up Magic Online, right? And then it crashed while loading the collection. And then I tried to load up Magic Online again, and then it took a while, and then once it loaded, every one of my decks had the number 2 next to it. So I removed some of them because they were annoying. It was annoying the crap out of me, but yeah. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, so there you saw pretty much textbook how this deck runs. You saw how good Raid Bombardment can be. You saw how good Cold Oath of Rebirth can be. So, yeah. Not much else to say. One big thing is, of course, is that, as you guys know, when you're facing up against a deck like Tron or whatever, you're going to face up against fog effects. It's one of the reasons why you don't necessarily need Flaring Pain. But the problem is, if you don't have a Raid Bombardment, you still need Flaring Pain, so that's why I decided to have 6 answers to a fog instead of only 4. Because fogs they're pretty common these days with Moment's Peace, so there you go. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you back for our second test match, and have a good one.